Hi, my name is Leilani. I am a former public and private school teacher, and I am a homeschool evaluator for the state of Florida. And in this video, I'm going to share with you a homeschool plan with me, how I plan for my homeschool day for all 4 of my kids. And the youngest does have Down syndrome, and she is in preschool, and she has 7 sessions of therapy a week, and we have to homeschool around that. So these tips are super simple, super easy. Anybody can use them, and I'll just be honest, they're that way because I really just don't have that much time. I don't. Now, I'm gonna be the first one to admit that I am not a planner keeping person, but I think you can totally use a planner with these tips. This is from Plan, Prep, Pray. I do use this more like a bullet journal and just planning out my content for YouTube and other stuff. And that's what I love about this planner, is it's very flexible to meet your needs. I'm gonna stick a link down below. You can check it out if you're interested. Of course, before you can plan out your day, you have to have some kind of curriculum. And all curriculum, most curriculum, have some kind of format. If you watch, they have like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, or maybe you start off with a goal at the beginning of the week and get through and finalize that goal by the end of the week. You gotta get familiar with how that specific curriculum is formatted, basically. So once that's settled, right behind me I have a whiteboard, and I also have some beautiful shelves from IKEA that my husband got me. This is my brand new house and my brand new classroom. It's kind of like my affordable dream classroom, so to speak. I'll do a homeschool room tour later, but let me just show you what I do when I'm planning my night. And yes, I do it at night once I get my kids to bed. These are my 4 cabinets, and I've organized them pretty well, and this is their curriculum right here. I also have a laptop that I use with my kids for teaching textbooks, and this is just kind of their little spot that they can use when they're using the laptop. Back to the curriculum. I pretty much pull down what I want to use for the day. Now you may notice I try to keep them organized by their names. So I'm done pulling out their curriculum. Now I'm going to organize them into 3 piles for my 3 older kids. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about this curriculum because you saw me kind of look like I was looking through one of my books because I ran into a little bit of a concern. And that is Truth Quest. Now, Truth Quest is an amazing program, but you need to get books in advance, whether from the library or purchase them from Amazon or whatnot. I do a library trip once a week with my kids because it's right next to Naomi's therapy. I do sit down once or twice a month just to put all the books that I need for the curriculum on reserve, but they slowly come into the library, and so that's why we visit the library once a week. I do have a basket that I keep on this table that I just fill with library books. Now for tomorrow, it wants me to work on some ancient Mycenaean people. Oh man, my ignorance is showing through. And one of the books that it wants me to use is Story of the World, Volume 1, which I have, and Famous Men of Greeks, the Greek. These are just suggestions also, so I don't really have to use all of these. But one of the books that I did check out is in here. I have this for tomorrow ready to go, and I'm just gonna kind of skim through the lesson, and it's really short. It's not like a long lesson, just so I'm kind of mentally, yeah, that was easy, I'm done. Chapter 6, there we go. They're reading chapter 6 tomorrow with the lesson. Done. History. And what else I forgot to mention, I have the 3 piles for my 3 kids. Then we have schoolwork that we do together. That is history and IEW writing. Now what I have behind me is my whiteboard. I'm gonna go ahead and write my kids' lesson plans on the whiteboard because as they do them, they're gonna check them off. Kids love to check stuff off because it's like, you know, everybody does. What am I talking about? Everybody loves to check stuff off because it's a sense of accomplishment. Now on some days we do some activities on the big whiteboard, and also if you guys don't have a big whiteboard like this, you can use a little whiteboard. You can squish it all in there and do the same thing. Cross it off, check it off, erase it when it's done. These come in handy. Okay, I don't know if you can see from here, but first of all, I put them in date order. Makes it easier for me, oldest to youngest. I did not include Naomi. I'm gonna show you a second what I do with her. If there was something that they share, like their history and their IAW, I made sure and put it in both of their columns, or all 3 of their columns, because they can have that, you know, cross it out, erase it, achievement moment, super important. A lot of these, there's a rhythm to the curriculum, so I don't need to write out details. So I abbreviate, or I don't include the page number, makes it easier for me. And in all honesty, I checked the timestamp after I finished recording myself. It literally took me 6 minutes and 31 seconds to write all that on the board. And of course, if you don't want to write it on your board, you can write it in a planner, because I know some states require you to keep these planning notes in some kind of planner so they can review them during an evaluation, or just, you know, because you have to have them. Now, I am gonna add that I know these curriculums very, very well. So I trust the books. I don't need to read through anything or double check, but I glance at it. I don't like to plan for like a week in advance. I don't do that. And here's the reason I do that, is because if I plan the night before, it's fresh in my mind, so the next morning I'm on top of it, right? If they don't finish it for whatever reason, I don't feel stressed to get all this stuff done by the last day of the week. I try to keep it as flexible as possible, because sometimes emergencies do happen, and as a former teacher, if I don't get something done, I get a little bit of anxiety. I really do, I do. And I know myself, so this helps me prevent that anxiety. So of course I have everything laid out for each of the children at a seat with what they're working on together in the middle. Now their pens and pencils are up in one of the cabinets. They know where to grab them. When they're done with their schoolwork, of course they call me in after a certain point. I check through it. They put it away. Anything I need to keep for a portfolio, I have a little area in the closet that they put in a little basket. And now I can go to bed knowing that when they wake up in the morning, they can come downstairs and pull out their schoolwork and get started, even if I'm not ready to start teaching. And believe me, I know you're gonna think I'm crazy, but when I say this, they actually do. Now, if we are going to Naomi's therapy, I'm gonna be honest, I've gotten into the pattern of bringing maybe 1 or 2 things of schoolwork, but mostly I just bring read alouds and books, and we play outside. That's what we do at therapy from now on. I tried to tug this along with me in the book bag. That was not working too well when we went to 7 sessions of therapy a week. Now on the other side of the room, I have a whole area that is dedicated to Naomi. Now I'm gonna be honest, she's in pre-K. She's 4 years old, and also because of her delayed learning, we're not into like specific curriculums, so to speak. I mean, we do have one for speech and we have her therapies. That's really schooling for her. Let's be honest. I have a shelf behind me. On the shelf are things that she enjoys playing with, that she can pull down and play with when she wants to play with. Kind of a little bit of a Montessori thing, but I'm here, or her sister or her brother is here, and we always make it a point that when she's done, we have to clean it up and put it away. Now the stuff like Play-Doh and things like slime that are messy, and those are up in the cabinets up there. She can't reach them, but she's very good at telling me when she wants to do Play-Doh. She's very good at it. But things that I have over here include, you know, our play mags that we got. You know, we have some pegboard stuff, puzzles. This whole basket is full of puzzles. This is railroad tracks, which are so good for her building and fine motor skills, all that fun stuff. I've also showed this in some of our other videos where you have words and letters. This is how we're starting to learn our letters, as well as coloring, as well as drawing them. I have some wiki sticks that we are going to be pulling out this year with the forming the shapes. Dots, we have dots, creating letters with the dots, all the paint and crayons and coloring books are up also in the cabinet that I pull down quite often. So to be honest with Naomi, when it comes to her schooling, I just kind of go with the flow. She has a very short attention span. I try to stretch it out, but when she gets bored, which is usually after 15 minutes of play, she kind of shuts down. I also, on the other side of the room, have a swing, a therapy swing, as well as a bouncy ball that Naomi can use. Now the bouncy ball she uses, but let's be honest, like the boys like to do their schoolwork on the bouncy ball. And of course, I have this table for her that she can color on with a chair. So that's kind of how we plan. Of course, Naomi, play it by ear. 15 minutes, not even, super easy. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends who you think this might be helpful for. And do consider subscribing. Journey with us as we share homeschool tips and tricks, as well as what we're doing with Naomi with her Down syndrome, and therapy sessions and potty training sessions, because you know what, this journey, we're all in here to learn and do this together. Once again, my name is Leilani. I'm gonna stick some videos right now around my face that you can totally check out because I think you guys might like them. And until then, I really do hope to see you in our next video. Bye.